Just one day after thousands of employees went back to work at Chicago's South Side Ford factory, it had to temporarily shut down after two people tested positive for COVID-19. It is back open for business today, but factories are being forced to figure out what can be done to keep them operating without disruptions and at the same time keeping their employees safe. Lawrence Whittle is with a company called Parsable. Their technology is being used in factories to try to help prevent these shutdowns. Good morning to you.
Good morning from California. How are you today?
Oh, so nice. We are doing great here in Chicago. Okay, tell me a little bit about Parsable. What is it you guys do that can help factory workers?
Yeah, it's interesting you asked that question. If you'd have asked me that about 6 months ago, I'd have probably taken about half an hour to explain it. But in very simple terms, we're providing modern digital tools to frontline workers. So frontline workers are now understood globally. If you think about PPE, we provide a digital platform that guides human workers on how to execute work. So think about the years ago when you would drive from Chicago to Detroit, you'd pick up a dusty map, you'd look at it. In the manufacturing context, they'd pick up a dusty 6-inch binder. Now we provide a tool that systematically guides humans on how to execute work safely and efficiently. And of course, in this world of COVID, these type of digital tools become almost table stakes for safety of human workers.
So I understand a couple of the companies, Coca-Cola and L'Oreal. Give me an example, because I'm not sure I quite understand. Give me an example, if I was a factory worker at one of those plants, how your device would help me.
Yeah, very specifically. If you think about the context of PPE, which is safety goggles, a safety hat, a mask, etc. In the traditional paper-based world, you would look at a piece of paper and you would tick it off and put it on. But did the worker actually do it? What digital enables you to do is to ensure that workers are actually doing these tasks correctly and safely. So when a factory worker arrives at the plant, instead of just ticking a piece of paper, they are provided with a digital environment through a smartphone or a tablet, which tells them specifically what's to do and also make sure that they take digital evidence. The value for the manufacturer, of course, is that they ensure that the human employee is basically doing these procedures correctly. So it's really moving from paper-based checklists to digital checklists, but in addition, providing data to validate with the factory leaders that actual workers are operating safely. So if you see in this picture here, the safety mask, we can actually provide this environment that enables the safety procedure to be digitally executed, providing visibility into what's really going on.
Oh, that is fascinating. I'm curious, how effective is this? What have you guys found in using these in the factories that you work with now? What difference has it made?
Yeah, so, there was when we launched our company several years ago, there was always a concern, would the 30-year veteran, pick up and use a mobile device when they've been using it with tacit knowledge for years? The reality is the majority of the use cases to start with are around safety. And so when you explain to a worker that the objective of these modern digital tools is actually not to sort of track you, or it's not to sort of check out whether you're doing your work, it's actually to augment you, particularly around safety. So the adoption has been dramatic over the last year, and obviously through COVID, it's really becoming table stakes. You can't expose your workers to paper to ensure that they're acting safely. You've got to drive these modern digital tools. So the adoption has been exponentially growing, but through COVID, started in Europe, then in Asia Pacific with our customers, and now obviously as the US starts to open up, it's becoming sort of, as I say, a sort of a standard operating procedure is now digital.
Well, it sounds like you guys came at the right time. We so appreciate you joining and explaining how all of that works. Have fun in California.
Thank you very much.
Okay.